美しさがあるから
I remember when I was a kid, I was quite shy. I didn't have many friends. So I just played by myself in the local marsh. I guess that's what taught me to...
Right, we're not talking about your childhood sob story. Tell me about Linda.
I thought my childhood stories would give you an idea of where my emotions are coming from.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just not interested in that. Your current case may have nothing to do with your childhood, so get to the point.
Okay. I woke up from a nap in the park, or more like a nightmare actually, and that's when I first met Linda. There was something about her.
I'll cut to the chase. I've heard this bit 100 times on the same day it happened.
You're not being the most patient psychiatrist in the world, are you?
I don't need a prologue. Get to where the problem started in your story.
My story, right. Fine. The problem was probably... well, she just couldn't find a... I just kept getting these signs of rejection from her. Every time I'd try and get close to her, she'd pull away. It felt like... no, it was that. As time went by, somehow we got further and further apart.
Ash? Ash? Okay, you need to get a hold of yourself. Take deep breaths. Breathe, Ash. Good. Now, before we continue, think of a happy place first. Trust me, it works. Feel better?
Yeah. Thanks.
So, this is your happy place. Not bad. Pleasant memories here.
Actually, it's wet.
Oh, that's Steve. Don't mind him.
You're projecting your fantasy of Steve into my imagination.
He's my happy place.
Rosa, this is a projection of my imagination? My story?
Don't be so stingy. There's room for my fantasy in your narrative.
Well, then it's not really my narrative, is it?
But everything you're seeing, hearing, basically experiencing is all part of your narrative, so get over it. Tell me the rest of your sob story.
Fine. So where do we go from here?
Tell me, did she ever say anything that made it obvious she was distancing herself from you? A simple yes or no answer will do here.
We sort of didn't talk much.
Really? Well, then that settles it. You obviously didn't have enough chemistry between the two of you to communicate enough.
That's not it. The fact that we got along without speaking shows we had good chemistry.
You going to explain why?
Well, we couldn't speak even if we wanted to. She doesn't speak English.
Okay, you have some more explaining to do.
Oh, sorry. Linda's from Japan.
Is Linda even her real name? It doesn't exactly sound Japanese to me.
I know it doesn't, but I couldn't ask her in Japanese.
Hold on. How can you be sure she likes you if she couldn't even communicate with you? How do you know she didn't misinterpret some cultural difference or something?
I don't. Not for certain.
Should you really be having a broken heart over this? You're living a fantasy if you believe she liked you and she couldn't even communicate with you.
No, there were definitely signs.
Oh, signs again.
I'm sure they were positive.
How can you be so sure?
I just am. Even though we could barely speak to each other, there was something there. I definitely felt a connection between the two of us.
Oh yeah? Where did all those nice signs lead to? How did it all end?
I ended it.
今までのようにあなたも分かればいつものとこに待っているから。
Good. You know when to come back to your happy place.
So what now?
That's for you to decide.
What? No, you're supposed to give me advice.
Really?
What do you think we've been going through all this for?
Do you want me to give you advice, or do you want me to say something to make you feel better?
Both. I'll feel better with your advice.
Really? You think you can handle reality?
If you're supposed to be playing a psychiatrist, I don't think you're supposed to patronize me like that, Rosa. Of course I can handle reality.
Okay. Then let me assure you it didn't end between you and Linda.
You think so?
Yeah. Because there was nothing between you and Linda to begin with, so you can't end something that didn't exist.
Come on, there was something.
Are you sure? Do you recall her saying that she likes you, or if there's anything between the two of you? I didn't think so. Did she say or do anything to make it obvious that she's got feelings for you, or whether she's committed to you? I didn't think so either. Those signs you were feeling, exactly, you were feeling them, not her. They might have just been your personal feelings as far as we know.
Well, your advice... your advice could just be your personal feeling. Personal opinion, nothing more.
Well, that's my professional opinion after closely studying your story. I knew you couldn't handle a reality check.
I'm the one who can't handle reality. You're the one projecting your fantasy of Steve into my imagination. He's not really here. And there's nothing professional about your opinion, because you're not a professional. You're not a psychiatrist, you're a psychology student. And we're not in a psychiatrist session, we're in my living room.
Gosh, you're not handling Linda well, are you?
I think I just need some professional advice. Rosa, looking like Sherlock Holmes isn't going to help us solve my case.
It was meant to be Sigmund Freud, actually.
Look, I appreciate the effort, mate, but I think a nice rest is probably going to do me more good than indulging in my own sub-story.
You do that, and I'll get to work.
Thank you for your time, Doctor.
You know, I may not be professional, but my advice was genuine.
Which advice?
That you're obsessing over something that didn't exist. The best thing you can do is forget it and try to move on. I know that's easier said than done, but you need to attempt to start moving on at least. That, or you could just go, Linda, Linda, all the time.
写真には写らない美しさがあるからリンダリン